what's important to them, what they believe, and serve a power that they haven't seen. Give up their life, all the things that they have and do and believe, and giving your time to the Most High. I don't have free time no more.
Shalom. It's the priest of YAHAWAH back at you with another lesson. And I pray this lesson is edifying to the lambs, the sheep of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAWAD, QADASH, and double honors, to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone, and like-minded brothers who's teaching the same doctrine. Shalom to the BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH, the Akwath. And I just wanted to take a break from the madness in the world that we're consistently reporting to you. I mean, so much is going on. You can be overwhelmed sometimes. And we as teachers, of this precious doctrine, have many things in common with the Lord's creations, because we, the Hebrew Israelites, were his first creations, as his first fruits made in the image of the Most High and his Son, and YAHAWASHI as the star, and the HALALYAM as the co-stars, labored to create this world. And we've been awakened out of a deep sleep that the world is still in, working for the Lord nonstop. And the Lord creates animals, insects, right? And their whole purpose in life is to work. Ants build, sea life. They clean the sea, and we spread the gospel, we being the salt of the earth. And the nutrients, of a bee's pollen, it brings flavor to the earth. And I have a personal place of concern for bees for some reason. If they're stuck somewhere, I help it. I've had bees fly up to my screen at my home, and they'll stay there for hours. I find myself nursing it with raw organic honey. And nectar acts as a prebiotic. I'm not a beekeeper. It's just something that I do. But the labor of a bee, the labor of this work, it's a part of the awakening John 2 confirms, right? We were sent by the Father to use the plow and work. You're following the works of the King of all kings, right? This is 2 Timothy 2:6. The husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits, right? So YAHAWASHI is the first fruit. The first spirit created, and the elect was with him in the beginning. And we will be with him in the end, as the book of Revelations, the 14th chapter says. All right, I'll get it. This is Revelation 14:4. It says, "These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins," which means they weren't defiled with false doctrines and the things of this world. "These are they which follow the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth." These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God, unto the Lamb. The elect redeemed, being the first fruits of the Lamb. And how does a fruit get its flavor? Life that was created with the HALALYAM, right? The application of his creations. It has a considerable correlation with his elect. Even tree saps can be used, for tinctures and fragrances that brothers use. We make oils. It's all from the earth. Sirach 38 tells us the Lord created all this, and he uses his bees, for many of these functions. This is Sirach 38:4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right, so you will not avoid them. You shall use them. He created medicines from the earth, and his bees pollinate many of them. That's one of the jobs and one of the duties, right? In the tabernacle of the elect, the job is to spread and to distribute this word, to forward it, which is a form of, pollination. Reminds me of Ezekiel 37, when the dead were made alive in the spirit as a bee that brings forth the sweet fragrances of a flower. And it just outlines the blueprint of the Lord's design. He is complete control of all things. He controls every little step you take. Man's going all the way of the Lord, so we are programmed to follow him. Just like the Lord's 2/3 are programmed to follow the prince of the air. Esau is programmed to be the wicked. So a bee and the elect have a direct correlation because of the works. A bee is programmed to do the function of why it's born. It doesn't fly off and just do its own thing. It's loyal to the hive, loyal to its queen, and we're loyal to our power, who's the king of kings. You know, there's many kinds of bees. Some even come out of tribes. Did you know that? For example, the stingless bee is from a tribe just like we are from the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, it says the description, social bees found in tropical regions like Central and South America and Australia. Okay, haven't we been scattered into those regions? Israelites in tropical regions, Central America, South America, the Aborigines of Australia. We've been scattered into those different regions. And being that this particular bee is stingless, it does the function that the Lord designed it to do, but it's basically harmless. Well, we as his servants, the prophets, priests, teachers and brothers, we have been sent to perform his will in all his works, and we're compelled to be harmless as well. Let's get the scripture in Matthew the 10th chapter. This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We are sheep in the midst of wolves, wise in knowledge and wisdom, but harmless. Because we're not in Jeremiah 16 yet. We're still fishers, not hunters. We're here to feed and nurture the sheep, providing spiritual food that the spirit can dine on daily by the way of this word. Man can't live by bread alone. And a bee, it plays a critical role in pollinating crops to produce the many foods we all eat. I believe about 1/3 of global food production, it relies on the bees' pollinators. So it's small, but it's powerful. David was small, but he had the spirit and power of the Most High, YAHAWASHI, to knock down a giant. These bees are beneficial to the ecosystem when you think about the resources and nutrients it provides for us, the natural things that we need, because through its pollination of flowers and fruits, nature runs its course. This is Sirach 11 and 3. The bee is little amongst such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things. If you can pick up what that's putting down, the works of the bee, the abundance of fruits it can pollinate. Flowers and trees have been manifested through its works, and the man of the Lord is invested in the works of the Father. His word has manifested in us, and we blow the trumpet of truth, right? This is a spiritual lesson showing you what and how the Most High works. Remember that HALALYAM created the garden in its perfection with YAHAWASHI. And the elect right now, today, are on a mission. And the Most High guides their steps. They cannot even be deceived, as the book Matthew, the 24th chapter reads. So like a bee, we've been set up to serve, to labor, to work in this office. We're the Lord's worker bees. We preach his words that's likened to honey, flowing like our bellies, flowing with living waters. Let's get Psalms 119. This is Psalms 119, 103. How sweet are thy words unto my taste. Yes, sweeter than honey to my mouth. And this is how we were awakened. We were told to eat the whole roll. It was going to be sweet at first. But knowing that we are at the end of this thing, it's like sweet honey in our mouth, that we have this word. Aren't we from the land of milk and honey, full of resources and life? The earth is going to rejoice when the righteous are back in authority. This is Ezekiel 20 and 15. Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I have given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands, flowing with milk and honey. Right? And honey has been a delicacy for Israel. John the Baptist, he ate locusts and wild honey in the wilderness. So the honeybee, to many, that's very common. It works in colonies. And that shows the continuity because we work in camps. Okay, spiritual again, if you can compare and contrast. Nature, life, and his chosen is working in conjunction to keep his earth in some type of order. And the wicked want to kill off bees. They want artificial, genetically modified foods for us to eat, attempting to make everything micro-engineered, like nano nectar. That's wicked. When the natural use is already perfected. The bumblebees, the honeybees, the worker bees. There's even carpenter bees, just like YAHAWASHI. So as this word awakened us from the congregation from the dead, honey is one of the principal things that we can use in life as a benefit. Sirach 39:26 says the principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. These are the things that all a man needs. In the earth, it provides on its own. It replenishes itself, but it's being destroyed by Esau Edom. The bee itself, one of the main duties of this creature, okay, is pollination. So bees are vital pollinators, supporting 80% or 85%, I believe, of the global food crops and wild plants. And now it's endangered, again, by these same wicked people. But now it's endangered. And we're endangered. But everlasting rule is up next. The labor and the works and the belief, and the faith is a gift that's going to follow us. You're going to have a memorial for your dedication and servitude to the Lord, right? Let's get this and I'll close. This is Sirach 24:20. For my memorial is sweeter than honey, and my inheritance than the honeycomb. Right, the elect and memorial is going to be everlasting. So I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH. This is the priest Azan HaMath, Abba Babal Shalom.